In a peaceful little neighborhood, there were two siblings named Lily and Ben. They were full of energy and loved going on exciting adventures. One bright and sunny afternoon, their curiosity took them on a new journey, leading them to a thick and mysterious forest just near their house. Lily, with her golden hair and sparkling blue eyes, turned to her younger brother Ben, who had a mischievous grin on his face. "Hey, Ben, look at this forest. It looks so exciting. Do you think we should explore it?" Ben, with his messy brown hair and a twinkle in his eyes, nodded eagerly. "Yes, Lily. I've heard that deep inside this forest, there are hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Let's go and find them." With their hearts pounding in excitement, Lily and Ben took their first steps into the dense forest. The tall trees towered above them, forming a leafy canopy that blocked out most of the sunlight, making the forest feel cool and mysterious. As they ventured deeper, the sounds of chirping birds and rustling leaves surrounded them. The air smelled fresh and earthy, filling their noses with the scent of adventure. But little did they know that this forest was a maze of twists and turns, and it was easy to lose one's way. As they ventured deeper into the woods, Lily and Ben found themselves surrounded by an enchanting maze of towering trees. The sun's rays struggled to penetrate the dense foliage, casting ethereal shadows on the forest floor. The air was cool and fragrant, filled with the earthy scent of moss and damp leaves. Lily's grip on Ben's hand tightened as anxiety crept into her voice. "Ben, I don't like this. It's so dark, and I can't see anything. What if we never find our way back home?" Ben tried to hide his own unease, but his voice trembled slightly. "I know it's scary, Lily, but we have to stay calm. We'll figure this out together. Let's keep walking and try to find something familiar." They trudged through the undergrowth, their footsteps muffled by the layers of fallen leaves. The path ahead seemed endless, and every direction looked the same, green and mysterious. Lily's voice wavered with concern. "Ben, I don't remember any of these trees. They all look the same. How are we ever going to find our way out?" Ben glanced around, his brows furrowed in concentration. "I know it's hard, Lily, but we have to keep going. Maybe if we stay on this path, we'll come across something that will lead us back home." Just as their fear threatened to overwhelm them, a rustling sound broke the silence. They turned their heads to see the dog bounding toward them, its tail wagging enthusiastically. Lily's face brightened with hope. "Look, Ben. The dog is still with us. Maybe it knows the way back. Oh, please, doggy, help us." The dog barked cheerfully, as if reassuring them that it understood their plea for help. It took the lead, sniffing the ground and glancing back to make sure Lily and Ben were following. Ben's voice filled with newfound hope. "Come on, Lily. Let's stick close to the dog. It seems like it knows something we don't. Maybe it can lead us out of this maze." With renewed determination, they quickened their pace, their trust in the dog growing stronger with each step. Relieved to have found a companion, Lily and Ben cautiously followed the dog as it weaved through the tangled maze of trees and bushes. The dog's tail wagged with excitement, leading them with an unwavering determination. As they journeyed further, the forest gradually thinned, allowing rays of sunlight to pierce through the leafy canopy above. The sounds of chirping birds and rustling leaves filled the air, creating a symphony of nature that lifted their spirits. Lily, her face flushed with relief, gazed at the surroundings with wonder. "Ben, can you believe it? We're finally getting out of this forest. I can see the sunlight again." Ben grinned, his voice tinged with excitement. "I know, Lily. And look, there's a clearing up ahead. Maybe we're getting closer to finding our way back home." The dog barked happily, as if encouraging them to keep going. It trotted ahead, occasionally turning back to make sure Lily and Ben were still following. As they stepped into the clearing, their eyes widened with surprise. Before them stood a quaint farmhouse, its walls adorned with ivy and a white picket fence enclosing a well-tended garden. Lily's voice bubbled with joy. "Oh, Ben, I think I recognize this place. It's not too far from our own home. The dog has brought us closer." Ben's face lit up, his eyes gleaming with excitement. "You're right, Lily. This must be the path that leads back to our neighborhood." "Oh, thank you, doggy. You're amazing." The dog wagged its tail happily, seemingly proud of its accomplishment. It continued to lead them, now along a familiar path that wound through the grassy meadows. Their steps quickened with anticipation as they knew they were approaching home. As they walked, Lily couldn't help but ask the dog, "How did you know the way, doggy? Are you a magical dog or something?" Ben chuckled, his voice filled with amusement. "Lily, I don't think the dog can understand us. But it definitely has some special skills. It's like our furry guide from a storybook." Lily giggled, her eyes sparkling with delight. "Maybe it's a superhero in disguise, Ben. Just think of the adventures it must have had." The dog glanced back, seemingly intrigued by their conversation. Its tail wagged even faster, as if responding to their words. Lily and Ben shared a knowing look, their imaginations running wild with tales of the dog's heroic feats. They whispered to each other, weaving stories of daring rescues and epic battles against imaginary foes. As they neared their neighborhood, Lily noticed a group of children playing in a nearby park. She tugged at Ben's arm and pointed excitedly. "Look, Ben! Our friends are there. They must have been so worried about us." Ben's eyes widened, and he waved eagerly at their friends. "Hey! We're back! We're safe!" he called out, his voice filled with relief and joy. Their friends turned towards them, their faces lighting up with surprise and delight. They rushed over, enveloping Lily and Ben in warm embraces. One of their friends, Emma, exclaimed, "Lily, Ben! We were so worried. Where have you been? How did you find your way back?" Lily beamed, patting the dog's head affectionately. "It was all thanks to this amazing dog. It guided us out of the forest and back home. We couldn't have done it without our furry friend." Their friends gasped in amazement, their eyes wide with curiosity. "Wow! That's incredible! Where did you find this dog?" Emma asked, her voice filled with excitement. Lily and Ben exchanged a glance, their eyes shining with gratitude for their furry companion. "We got lost in the forest near our house, and the dog appeared out of nowhere. It led us all the way back home," Ben explained, his words filled with wonder. Their friends gathered around the dog, patting its fur and showering it with affectionate words. The dog wagged its tail, reveling in the attention and the gratitude of its newfound human friends. Amidst the joyful reunion, Lily's mom appeared, her face a mix of relief and worry. She enveloped Lily and Ben in a tight embrace, her voice filled with both relief and concern. "Oh, my dears! I was so worried. Where have you been? Are you all right?" Lily and Ben reassured their mom, explaining how they had become lost in the forest but had found their way back with the help of the remarkable dog. Their mom turned to the dog, her eyes filled with gratitude. "Thank you, furry friend, for taking care of my children. You're a true hero." The dog barked happily, seemingly content with its role in their adventure. As the day drew to a close, Lily, Ben, and their friends sat in the park, recounting their thrilling journey through the forest. Their imaginations ran wild as they embellished the story with magical creatures, hidden treasures, and daring escapes. The dog sat by their side, listening intently, occasionally nudging Lily and Ben as if to remind them of its presence. It had become an honorary member of their group, their trusted companion in their make-believe adventures. From that day forward, Lily and Ben named the dog as Buddy, and he became an important member of their family, and the dog remained inseparable. They continued to explore new places, always sharing their adventures with their friends. Buddy became a legend in their neighborhood, known as the guardian of lost children, leading them back home with its uncanny sense of direction. Lily and Ben's parents had a family meeting one evening, with Buddy sitting patiently by their side, his tail wagging with anticipation. Lily and Ben couldn't contain their excitement as their parents announced their decision. "Mom, Dad, can we keep Buddy forever?" Lily asked, her eyes shining with hope. Their parents smiled warmly, exchanging a glance filled with love. "Of course, my darlings," their dad said, his voice full of warmth. "Buddy has brought so much joy and happiness to our family. We would be thrilled to have him as a permanent member." Lily and Ben squealed with delight, engulfing Buddy in a tight hug. From that moment on, Buddy became an official part of their family. Their parents took care of all the necessary paperwork, ensuring that Buddy had everything he needed: food, a cozy bed, and regular visits to the vet to keep him healthy and happy. As Buddy settled into his new life as an official family member, Lily and Ben's household buzzed with excitement and happiness. With Buddy now living under the same roof, the siblings' bond with him grew even stronger. They took turns walking him every morning and evening, ensuring he got plenty of exercise and fresh air. They loved going on adventures together, exploring new parks, and meeting other friendly dogs and their owners. One day, Lily and Ben decided to take Buddy to the nearby lake for a fun-filled day. They packed a picnic basket filled with delicious treats and set off on their bikes, with Buddy running alongside them, his ears flopping in the wind. At the lake, they discovered a sandy beach, perfect for swimming and playing fetch. Excitedly, they threw a ball into the water, and Buddy jumped right in, skillfully retrieving it and returning it to them. The three of them laughed and played in the cool water, creating wonderful memories that would last a lifetime. As the years passed, Buddy's playful energy remained, but he also developed a calm and comforting demeanor. He was there too. Cheer up Lily and Ben on gloomy days and celebrate with them during joyous times. Buddy had become not just a pet but a confidant, a friend who always listened without judgment and understood their feelings with a simple wag of his tail. With their parents' encouragement, Lily and Ben taught Buddy new tricks and even entered him in local dog competitions. Buddy's intelligence and agility shone, earning him accolades and trophies. But beyond the awards, it was the pride and joy he brought to Lily and Ben that mattered most. During school vacations, Lily, Ben, and Buddy embarked on road trips. They traveled to distant places, camping under the stars, hiking through lush forests, and exploring majestic mountains. Buddy loved every moment of these adventures, running freely through nature and taking in all the new scents and sights. One summer, the family decided to visit a serene cabin nestled deep within the woods. The cabin was surrounded by a vibrant forest, filled with chirping birds and colorful flowers. It was the perfect retreat for the family and their adventurous Buddy. As they settled into the cabin, Lily and Ben's dad suggested a treasure hunt in the woods. The idea excited everyone, and they quickly got to work preparing clues and hiding treasures for each other to find. Buddy was eager to join in the fun, and he wagged his tail in delight as they began the treasure hunt. The clues led them on a thrilling journey through the forest. They crossed wooden bridges over babbling brooks, climbed rocky hills, and passed through dappled sunlight as they followed the trail. Buddy seemed to enjoy the adventure as much as the rest of them, sniffing around and occasionally finding hidden treats along the way. Eventually, they reached a clearing where a special treasure awaited them. It was a treasure box filled with handwritten notes of love and appreciation for each family member, written by the others. Tears of joy filled their eyes as they read the heartfelt messages. "We treasure our moments with you, Buddy," said Lily, giving Buddy a tight hug. "You've brought so much happiness into our lives." With the sun setting behind them, they made their way back to the cabin, their hearts full of gratitude for the beautiful day they had shared. They gathered around the fireplace, the warm glow illuminating their smiles, and shared stories of their favorite memories with Buddy. As the night grew darker, Buddy curled up by the fireplace, his eyes heavy with contentment. Lily and Ben nestled close to him, feeling his rhythmic breathing. After their summer vacations ended, they went back to their city and their schools began. And so, with their furry friend by their side, Lily and Ben's childhood was filled with exciting escapades, unforgettable memories, and the unbreakable bond of friendship. As the days passed by, Lily and Ben continued to cherish their bond with Buddy. Every day after school, they would eagerly rush home to spend time with their furry friend. Buddy would greet them at the door with joyful barks and playful jumps, his tail wagging in pure delight. The trio embarked on countless adventures in their suburban neighborhood. They would explore hidden trails, climb trees, and even build forts in the backyard. Buddy was always there, wagging his tail and joining in the fun. He had become an integral part of their childhood, their trusted companion through thick and thin. One sunny afternoon, Lily, Ben, and Buddy decided to set out on a grand expedition. They packed their backpacks with snacks, water, and a map of the neighborhood. Their mission? To find the legendary treasure tree that was rumored to be hidden deep within a nearby forest. With Buddy leading the way, his nose sniffing the air excitedly, they ventured into the dense forest once again. The trees towered above them, casting dappled sunlight on the forest floor. The sound of chirping birds and rustling leaves filled the air, creating a magical atmosphere. As they walked deeper into the woods, They encountered various obstacles, from fallen logs to prickly bushes. But Buddy's determination was unwavering. He would bark and nudge them, urging them to continue on their quest. His instincts guided them through the winding paths, never letting them lose hope.